Hi, friend. This is the Living My Human Design podcast, a space where I share how I'm living my design in real time as life unfolds. I'm Nicole, and thank you for joining me today. We are currently camped outside of Zion, well, about an hour outside of Zion, probably 10 miles as the crow flies. And it's an absolutely gorgeous area. Man, this planet we live on is full of so much beauty and so much just yumminess. I love it. I love it. And I really want to encourage you especially in the time that we're living in right now, to take the time to go out and spend some time in nature, even if that's just going down to your local park and sitting in the sunshine, letting the sun hit your face, feeling how that feels, feeling how the sun feels on your skin, feeling the wind on your skin, the light breeze going across your skin, whether that's going out and taking a hike or taking a scenic drive through the mountains and just getting off. Maybe even if you can, take your shoes off and put your feet into the ground and really connect into that grounding energy of earth. Because things, it's very volatile right now, everything that's going on in the world. Especially here in the US, we have a lot of division right now. There's a lot of fear in the world. And if you're watching your TV and you're listening to your TV, then they're just cramming fear down your throat every single day. Because when you're afraid, you're easier to control, and they control the narrative. So, best thing I ever did was I turned off my TV like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I stopped watching network TV. I don't follow the news. If something really big is happening in the world, I'm going to find out about it. And I am so much happier now that I just let that go, because I have no control over that. I can't control what's going on over there. I can't control what's happening in the US. I can't control our leaders. And, I can do my part by trying to make the best choice when it comes to elections and, following my gut and choosing the best candidate that I can. But anymore, it feels like picking between the lesser of two evils, and it just frustrates me. So, the way that I have the biggest impact, or the way that I feel like I have the biggest impact in the world, is to just continue following my joy, living my human design, doing what lights me up, encouraging you to also follow your joy and do what your authority is leading you towards, and stop listening to people outside of you. Your body is smart. Your body has this innate wisdom to it, and it can guide you to what is true and right for you. You just have to learn to listen to it, to tune back into it. And a lot of us are a lot more in tune than we realize. It's just that it's so second nature to us that we poo-poo it off, and we're just like, ah, that's nothing. I can't trust that. I need to trust my mind. And our mind is really just there to compare things, to learn, and to just compare this and that. But it's not meant to make our big decisions. We leave that up to our bodies, to our innate inner wisdom, and that will guide us, and it'll never let us down. Is when we learn to trust in it, and that it's so fun to watch and see how that plays out. A year ago, this time last year, if you would have told me that I would stop working for Advantage Logistics, for the company that I own with my husband, I would stop working for that and I would be working full time with Bodygraph, I would have told you you're crazy. Like, there's no way. I could not see the path that would lead me to that. And so when I stay open and I just follow that response and listen to my emotional authority, make those big decisions when I'm emotionally neutral, when I'm not strongly attached to the outcome, or not strongly attached to, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, I just have this inner knowing, like I just know that it's the right answer and I can't explain why. it may not logically seem like the correct answer, but I can just feel it in my body that it's a yes, that this is the path that I'm supposed to go down. And so following those little clues, following, that email about becoming a VA with Bodygraph and reaching out to them and saying, hey, I'm interested. And then having that fully light me up and get me so excited and starting to build a business around that. I had to do that in order to be seen by Bodygraph as someone who could potentially help them out with onboarding and helping people to navigate the Bodygraph platform and helping them to, create that mental map of how the system works and helping people to see how they can use that in their human design based business or their astrology based business. I had to do that VA thing first, even though I had a bunch of experience playing with Bodygraph with my own, building my own reports and integrating it into my website. I love the software. Like I still have so many ideas for reports that I could create and market, but no emotional clarity on those yet. So I'm not moving forward with them yet, but that there's so much possibility, so much potential with this platform. But I digress. I could have never seen myself in this position a year ago today. And, I've never been really good at planning. Like I'm so bad at making like a 5-year plan or even a 1-year plan, especially like steps on things that I'm going to do and goals that I'm going to achieve. That is so difficult for me. And I've come to realize that that's because I have so much present moment awareness inside my human design. I have the defined sacral, which is that yes or no response in the now. I have the 3420, which is all present moment awareness in the now. I have the 5720, which is intuition in the now for my safety and security. And so there's just all of this present moment awareness, which makes it really difficult for me to plan 5 years into the future. And then also that gate 55, my design, sorry, my personality earth that just grounds my energy in my mood and how I'm feeling. Like I really have to honor that. And so it's just so hard for me to plan that far into the future because I don't know what I'm going to feel like doing in 5 years. But now I have an understanding as to why that is so difficult for me. And it's fun just to let it play out. That gate 55 also gives me a trust in divine timing and a trust in knowing that everything is going to work out the way that it's supposed to. And I don't need to fret. I don't need to worry. I just need to follow what lights me up, that response. I'm going to attract the correct people, places, and opportunities to me. My job is just to respond to what lights me up and then wait for that emotional clarity to tell me that it's time to move forward with that. And so I'm just, by doing that, I've landed this amazing job that lights me up and is so much in alignment with my human design. And who knows where it's going to go from here, but I just know that it's going to be awesome and it's going to be epic. And I can't wait to see where it leads me. And I know there was more that I wanted to talk about, but now I can't remember what that was. Here is me in real time. See, now I'm trying to think about what I want to share. And when I try to think about what I want to share, if I try to plan it out, then nothing comes to me. My mind just goes, and my voice, it has nothing to say. Again, that's that present moment energy, that present moment awareness. I really want to start coming to you guys more frequently. I know I keep saying that. And my biggest roadblock, of course, is myself, because there's a part of me that's like, oh, nobody wants to hear from me, or I'm afraid to show up as is. Like I want to make everything clean and polished and just, yeah, clean and polished, but I'm not clean and polished. I don't plan things. I'm messy. I'm so messy. Like my creative process is so incredibly messy. And that's just who I am. So this podcast is going to be so incredibly messy. So, follow me along for that messiness. Another thing that's going on in my life right now is we are making our trip back north to the Bitterroot Valley to home base. My brother is getting married in the beginning of May, and so we want to make sure that we're back in time for his wedding. But this is the first time that we're heading north without a plan. Ever since we started our full-time RVing lifestyle, we have always had a plan where we were going to be going next. Sometimes we would have a plan for 6 months because there would be a fear of not being able to find a place to safely park and sleep. And when we had the fifth wheel, that was more realistic because it was so big and it couldn't fit into all the places. So we had to make sure that we would be able to get into there. But with our we've had it for almost 2 years now. But with this 25-foot Class C motorhome behind me, we're able to get into so many more places, and we're able to have that freedom, and we don't have to plan out where we're going to be going each time we leave. So we left Arizona March 8th, and we spent a week at Lone Rock Beach in Utah. It's one of our favorite places to boondock. First of all, it's super inexpensive. It's $14 a night, and it's gorgeous there. The only drawback is they can get some pretty big windstorms, and we did have one windstorm come through. It wasn't even like there was no weather alerts about it or anything, but we had 45-mile-an-hour gusts of wind, and it was rocking the RV so much that we felt like we were on a roller coaster. It was pretty funny. But now we're close to Zion. Ryan and I have never been here, and we just love the beauty of nature. We just love seeing different landscapes and different ecosystems, and we love being in awe of the beauty of this planet that we live on. And so we're here close to Zion. We thought that we wouldn't be able to go until the weekend because my new job, I have more rigid hours and I need to be present. So, my day doesn't end until 5:30 in the evening. And we thought, okay, well, we're just not going to be able to get to Zion until Saturday and Sunday. So we booked ourselves 2 weeks here so that we can have at least 3 full days to go and explore the park. Last night we went and we took a drive through Zion after I was done working, and we were rewarded with the most amazing view of some mountain goats and their little babies. It was so much fun to watch them make their way up this super steep and rugged mountain terrain, rocky terrain, and they're so sure-footed and able to just easily navigate the terrain. And they have these little babies, and we were able to watch one of the baby's nurse, and it was so beautiful. And we didn't even know there were mountain goats there when we made the stop. We were just in awe of the look of the rocks beside us. We were stopping to check out that scenery, and somebody parked there was like, ooh, there's they called them sheep. There's some sheep up here. You got to come check them out. So we followed them. It was just a little ways around the bend, and there was this small little herd of these goats, and it was so fun to watch them. And that was just, trusting divine timing and listening to our mood. We felt like taking a drive, and I've been a little bit under the weather. I caught a pretty nasty cold while we were at Lone Rock Beach, so we didn't really get to do much. I actually had to take a couple days off work. First time I've been sick in a couple years, and I still have a little bit of pressure in my ears and a little bit of sinus, but I was feeling good, feeling well enough to go in and take that drive, and we were greatly rewarded. So I've included some videos of those mountain goats. Hopefully you've already seen them. And yeah, so that's just kind of where I am at right now. My intention is to come to you more frequently. When I'm lit up by something, when I'm excited by something, just sharing what's going on in my little bubble, in my little part of the world. Hopefully you find that interesting and you get something of value out of that. It's going to be messy. It's going to be real, and it's probably not going to be the best video quality or the best sound quality, but hey, this is who I am, and join me on the adventure. Until next time.